Our team at GRG Transportation Consulting is proud to share our blueprint for strategic sales growth in the transportation industry. As a foundational validation, I like to validate the carrier's points, file, or terminal service footprint for accuracy. This may sound extremely basic, but when you audit your current points file, it may not have kept up with the postal zip code database. By accurately defining your points file, you are prepared to share with third-party platforms like GlobalTrans, Ecologistic, or CH Robinson, or other 3PLs. This is important because you need to define areas you provide direct service, or areas that are beyond service points, or areas you do not service. An example of areas you do not want to service could be military bases, national parks, or very remote locations, or if you do provide service, there is service charge in the form of an accessorial fee. Mapping your points file, you can graphically see gaps or missing zip codes, or even misaligned zip codes that belong to another terminal. Once you have reconciled your points file, you can define sales territories by using color-shaded zip codes. Yes, there may be situations where an account manager has a long-term relationship with the shipper and wants to retain them as their client, but in most cases, existing or new clients can be assigned to a territory, and account managers can be updated because of realignments to balance the number of accounts assigned to a territory. After mapping the sales territories, then we map or plot the customer database into the map and view the push-up markers to reveal the density or clusters within each sales territory. Next, we would begin the customer profile against the strength and fit model. This model illustrates where we should place our priorities as we profile our prospect list. HW freight that fits density, cube, and handleability. These prospects would be new clients and not be aware of our service offering and what differentiates us from other carriers. Hence, new business. TAS HS, freight that fits density, cube, and handleability objectives, and we should routinely explore our portfolio of services to expand relationship, i.e. air freight, offshore solutions, truckload, or other solution opportunities. They would currently be existing valued clients. LW ride and freight may not fit our desired profile. High claims, chemicals, has material, difficult freight to transport. Maybe quarterly reviews to uncover anything new. Hence, new ownership or new product line, etc. LS, limited shipping volume potential, our account manager has a very good relationship. Our sales calls objectives would be to validate new or existing obstacles and formulate how we could be a solution to expand our existing relationship. Our goal would be to move them into the HS quadrant. When you profile a territory with this strength and fit distribution, many questions arise, such as, how do I create a time allocation goal for each group for my account manager? What are our sales strategies or sales call objectives with these groups? What would a productive call cycle look like for each account manager? What is our preparation process or techniques to build new relationships? When an account manager and their sales manager reconcile the account list, they can then assign the quadrants. They can begin to grow a list of new targeted account within each quadrant. This begins the process of defining the sales objective for each account to grow organic revenue. This established the foundation of performance management chain, with the first link being defined by expectations. You create your blueprint of the sales growth expectation, and this will illustrate the account manager's level of contribution to the company's revenue growth. Your call cycle can be structured from 1 week to 12 weeks. In simple terms, 1 week would be 1 call per week, or 1 call every 12 weeks, that would calculate to be 1 call every quarter. Just for an example, if you use 8 sales calls per day, that is 40 calls per week. If you factor vacation weeks and holidays, that is 1960 sales calls. That is aggressive! How would this compare with what you are managing now? Okay, 1960 is the best case scenario, let's say 80%, which is 1568, which is 6.5 sales call per day. Very achievable. A productive and effective sales call requires a strategy, preparation, and finesse. It is assumed that if you have sales experience, that you will bring these 3 steps to the table. But what if you need to reinforce your system? Then our open lock sales training delves into the sales psychology and the buying cycles of recognition of needs, evaluation of options, and resolution of concerns. We work on developing these cycles and defining your value proposition. These are development opportunities, and we leverage our corporate freight training experience with real-world training workshops. Our training process leverages the value of tell, show, and do, a process that brings understanding and results. We leverage the 4 steps of learning. Unconscious incompetence. You do not know what you do not understand. Step 2, conscious incompetence. You realize that this is a new skill set and you need to learn the techniques. Next, step 3, conscious competence. You understand the steps or process, but you need to invest time into practicing your technique to accelerate your learning curve. And finally, step 4, unconscious competence. This process is when you take what you learned and embed it into your professional sales routine. Your comments on the concept, strategy, or blueprint design would improve the adaptability. If you find this post relevant to your company's situation, drop me a note. The value of our network is sharing. Looking forward to a productive connection. Cheers!